Sure, it's a shot-for-shot remake of the animated feature, but at least Toothless is still adorable. How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, released this past weekend in 2025, and is directed by Dean DeBlois, who's also directed such films like Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. And this film is starring Mason Thames, Nico Parker, Gabriel Howell, Julian Dennison, Bronwyn James, Harry Twavaldwin, Peter Serafinowicz, Naomi Worthner, Nick Frost, and Gerard Butler. The island of Berk is full of Vikings who hate dragons and are constantly battling them and looking for their nests so they can kill all of the dragons. Except for one scrawny little Viking known as Hiccup, who really wants to prove himself to the clan chief, who is also his father, but when confronted with the opportunity to kill a dragon, he is unable to and actually starts developing a strong bond with the creature. So now Hiccup finds himself torn between the newfound love that he has with this dragon known as Toothless, and dealing with the stress and anxiety of trying to make his father proud. So here it is, another live-action remake of a beloved animated feature. Now, I just recently watched the How to Train Your Dragon franchise last week, my very first watch-along, so I don't have the nostalgia along with this franchise to be like, you can't touch my beloved thing that I grew up with 10, 15 years ago because it's so beloved to me. Because I'm so new to this franchise, I feel like I'm more open to interpretation than someone who's grown up with certain things. And that's totally okay. If you grew up with How to Train Your Dragon, you were a kid at the time, and you watched it on repeat, this is your comfort movie. You go to this to fall asleep. You go to this to have in the background while you're doing your homework, or just to watch it on a rainy day because, you know what, you love it so damn much. I can see why you would be hesitant to go to see this movie, another live-action remake. We've had so many of them over the past decade, especially over at the other studio, Disney, but I feel like we live in a very strange and black and white society where you either love something completely or you hate something completely. And if there's one thing about a movie, if there's one thing about anything that just irks you or gets under your skin, you forego all the rest of the qualities of that thing, and you focus on that one little tiny nitpick, and you're in the camp of, I completely hate it because of that one tiny little thing. I can see a lot of people not liking this movie, just like Lilo and Stitch when it came out earlier this year. People didn't like that movie because it wasn't an exact remake of that film, or it changed a couple of things, or left a couple of characters out, and because it didn't have a couple of qualities from the original nostalgia movie that you had from 2002 with Lilo and Stitch, oh, well, we absolutely hate this live-action remake then. We absolutely hate it. I can see people doing that with this film because this movie is a shot-for-shot remake of the animated film. The story's the same. The script is almost the exact same with the same comedic dialogue, the same beats, the same story plot points when we get to the CGI action fight scenes, especially at the end with the giant dragon. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same fight. And I totally forgot the point that I was talking about because my cat Victor was meowing outside the door, which is very fitting because I like to think that this guy is just a little Toothless. When I see Toothless on screen, exactly. I mean, you're your own person, bud. I didn't mean to offend you. I think he got a little angry at that. But it's a compliment. It really is. No, bud, don't go. I didn't mean to anger you. Oh, you're going on the desk now. So he may be appearing behind me, but that's my little Toothless. I keep wanting to call him Hiccup. I know, I'm sorry. Yeah. I think I remembered the point I was trying to make. So if I were to put my mindset in the idea that, because it's a shot-for-shot remake, it's just terrible. Like, why would we do this? It's a waste of money. Why can't we come up with original ideas and put those on screen? Here's the thing about the movie world is that the movie industry is a business. And when they have a string or a style of, hey, let's do brand new things, let's put up brand new stories on the big screen, let's put millions of dollars behind it, a lot of the times, people don't go to see them because they are not established properties. And then they don't make as much, or they lose the studio money, and then the studio heads go, well, it doesn't matter how great the animation was or how great the story was, because it didn't make us money, we're not going to greenlight any more sequels or any more in this franchise. So it makes sense for a studio to go back to an established IP that did very well at the box office, and it's already done the hard work of winning over the fans and entering their hearts and saying, hey, we have an amazing story here. So I'm putting my hat in the camp of, you know what, yes, it is a shot-for-shot remake, and maybe we should be focused more on original stories and original properties and putting them on screen and backing those. But when you have an established creation, an established property like this that is such a great story, that have great characters, that have great animation, CGI, whatever you want to call it, you know what? I can't help but have a great time. I know this is a long introduction to me actually reviewing the film, but I actually really enjoyed this thing. And I actually like Mason Thames way more than I do the original voice actor from the animated film.
Because in the animated film, he would talk like this, and, oh, Toothless, you gotta go over here and do the thing.
Mason Thames in this film talks like a normal person. And he's able to capture the innocence that this character has of just thinking outside of the norm and dealing with the stress and anxiety of going against the grain and going against what his father and all of his friends are saying about dragons and how they need to kill them all. I love his performance here, and I loved him on screen, and I want to see this franchise continue with him in the lead role still. Same thing goes for Nico Parker as Astrid. I thought she was wonderful. At first I was a little taken aback because, like, this is Norway and she has blonde hair in the animated film and she should have blonde hair. I know she should have blonde hair in the animated feature. Again, I just told myself, Caleb, shut up and just enjoy the movie. I kind of want to tell everyone else out there, just like, shut up and just enjoy the movie, as if you were watching it for the first time. Because she's wonderful and her hair color shouldn't dictate the quality of performance that she gave here, because I thought she was excellent. And then we get to actual Toothless, and, you know, he's adorable in the animated film, and he's absolutely adorable here. I actually had no worries about Toothless in this live action remake. I know. You're live action. Are we going to remake you into animated? We could do that. I say we as if I have the capability of doing animation, and I absolutely don't. They are able to capture the beauty, the cuteness, the adorableness, and just the lovable nature of Toothless on screen. And I feel in the first part of this film I was a little worried, like, this is a shot-for-shot remake. Should I really be enjoying it as much as I am? I don't know, I'm on the fence. But then when we get to the big moment of this film, when Hiccup is able to put his hand on Toothless for the first time, and then Toothless does his little dancing around with his little twig thing, like, I just had a smile on my face, and every questionable idea that I had about this movie and its quality just went out the window. And when you just see a human and an animal love each other like that on screen, it just melts my heart, and I absolutely love it. For those of you still on the fence about going to see this film and thinking, oh, well, it's just plagiarism, like they're taking the original and they're remaking it just in their own image and they're making it for themselves. It's still the same director from the original How to Train Your Dragon franchise. He's directing this film too. So I would ask the question, is it still plagiarism if the same people are doing the same thing? Like, they're taking their own work and they're just editing it like it's their own work. That is not plagiarism, and I think it's totally cool. I think Dean Dubois did an amazing job here. In the end, I would say that I absolutely love the original How to Train Your Dragon film, and I also love this new version. I feel like we can love both, and that's okay, and I think a lot of people need to realize that, hey, you can love both things and have that be okay. I know, bud. I absolutely know. I love you so much. Here's Victor. He's a little toothless and he's awesome. I'm gonna give How to Train Your Dragon 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, have you seen How to Train Your Dragon? What did you think about it? What is your ranking of the entire How to Train Your Dragon franchise? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys. Yeah.